everyone knows these memes, Cenk. I know you use memes all the time, every time we text and anything, right? So everyone knows all these memes that happen across the internet, but sometimes, if you're anything like me, you may wonder, where do they come from, the origin stories, and also, do people get any money for this? That's always what I think. I was like, if my face is all over the place, I'd like to get paid for it. I mean, everyone else is having fun with it, why can't I? So, Disaster Girl is actually one of these memes that if you don't know it by that name, you've definitely seen it. So we'll put it up as I point out what the New York Times report happening with Miss Zoë Roth, who is now 21 years old, who was 4 years old at the time this picture was taken. So one Saturday morning in 2005, there she is. Ms. Roth was 4 years old. Her family went to look at a house on fire in the neighborhood in Mabane. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, the people of North Carolina. Firefighters had intentionally set this house on fire as a controlled fire, so it was a relaxed affair. Everyone was calm. Neighbors gathered and firefighters allowed the children to take turns holding the hose. So as that happened, Ms. Roth remembers watching the flames engulf the house when her father, who was an amateur photographer, asked her to smile. With her hair askew and a knowing look in her eyes, Ms. Roth flashed a devilish smirk as the fire roared behind her. And then Disaster Girl, of course, was born. After he took that picture, he probably thought it was awesome. So he actually put it in a photography contest, won, probably because of how fun and funny that picture was. And after that, it kind of took off on the internet. So after more than a decade of having her image endlessly repurposed as a vital part of a meme canon, Ms. Roth has sold the original copy of her meme as a non-fungible token, or NFT, for nearly $500,000. Now, how did you get $500,000 for this? We know about these online currencies. This is another one. This meme sold for 180 Ether, which is a form of cryptocurrency, at a foundation auction on April 17th. As with any currency, the value of Ether fluctuates, but as of Thursday, when it was sold, 180 Ether was valued at more than $495,000. The Roths retained the copyright and will receive 10% of future sales. So it's like, when you're in a sitcom in 2010, but every time they replay it, you get a little bit of royalties. This is awesome. I'm feeling good about what Zoe gets from this so far. So in an interview, Ms. Roth said that selling the meme was a very good way for her to take control over a situation that she's felt powerless over since she was in elementary school. And after graduation, she plans to take a gap year. She's just graduating in college. Take a gap year before pursuing a graduate degree in international relations. She said she would donate the fortune, and I wouldn't call it a fortune, she has made from her likeness, which is still in cryptocurrency form, to charities and to pay off her student loans, among other things. So the only problem I have with her is that, first off, there's her and her father now around the current time. I think that was in 2019 that picture was taken. But so she has to explain away the reason what she's gonna do with her nearly $500,000, which I don't need to know what she's gonna do with her money. That's her money. We've used her face millions of times already. Do what you want with it, Zoe. You don't have to tell us you're giving it to charity or pay it off school loans. It's helpful. And it kind of sucks that you have to use it to pay off school loans, honestly, number two. But my only thought is I wish it was worth more.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts about this too. Number one, let me just get out of the way that I totally agree with Jayar on the first half, which is, Zoe, just spend it wherever you want. It's okay. I mean, it's great that you want to give to charities. You're a wonderful person. Nobody's going to keep track. Okay, it's just like, then they use your image a million times. Just you got lucky. God bless.
Yeah.
Keep the money. Okay, anyway, that's my opinion. If you give it to charity, we love you more. Okay, don't get me wrong. But I want to, for some of you folks who don't understand how memes work, how do they use that picture? What happens with it? Since she had that knowing smile on her face and she's so young, it set up easy jokes. So they would put that picture up and then they would say, there was a spider, it's gone now. Here, put up the picture. And then she said, here's another one, a pony. Next time you'll buy me one. And then here's another one. She asked me to watch the oven. I asked her to watch her attitude. They said YOLO. I proved them right.
It's like, what was the movie? Firestarter. Like, what's her name's first movie? Drew Barrymore. Yeah. I think she was 4 years old in that film.
Yeah,
so it all works out.
Those lines. Yeah. So that's karma in a good way, I suppose. By the way, she didn't set the fire, as Jayar explained. It was a controlled fire, and there was no problems, etc. The fire department was doing it on purpose. All right, now, look, these NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, they're great. They're nonsense. Okay, so they're worth nothing, they're worth a lot. So let me explain. Look, keep it real. A market's a market. So what does that mean? That means the markets are inevitable. And they started at the simplest thing. Hey, me have steak, me have fire. Me give you some steak, you give me fire. That's how a market and trades began, right? And now there's a market for these things. And so the first I heard about it was, and I probably heard about it very late for the savvy folks online, right? Grandpa that I am. I heard that LeBron's block of Iguodala in the championship game, that video shown from every angle, which I'm sure Iguodala really enjoys, sold for like, I think it's $369,000. I'll look it up in a second, right? And so just the video of it, I'm like, I don't get it. I can see that video online.
Yeah.
Right. No, but that's the only copy of that video. And you could trade that copy because it has all the different angles, and you own that. And look, guys, does it make sense? Of course not. But on the other hand, if there's two guys willing to bid on it, you got a market, okay? One guy willing to pay a price, you got a market. But here, they have a really healthy market. There's a lot of people who are willing to pay a lot of, and for the old timers, don't be like, oh, that's for these kids, I can't believe it don't make any sense. Well, dude, you had a Mickey Mantle baseball card, right? And did that make any sense that it was worth a lot of money? Okay, not really. It's just that people wanted to have the rookie Mickey Mantle baseball card, right? People sold their Playboys for money. People, whatever people are willing to buy, right? But another takeaway, and I'm going to give you some absurd examples in a second too. But my other takeaway from it is, folks got too much money. Okay, we got to tax people more, because
maybe the poor.
Yeah, no, so we were gonna do, that's a reference to a story we did about Ben Shapiro and his buddies sitting around going, oh yeah, the problem is the poor aren't paying enough.
They're buying disaster girl memes apparently.
Yeah, so there's another story about the rich are outraged that Biden said that you wouldn't get taxed anymore if you're making under $400,000. So if you're making $400,000 or less, don't worry about it, you're not gonna get taxed more. But now we find out, Axios broke a story, that if it turns out that if it's a couple, they can't both be making $400,000. It gets moved up, but only to $509,000, okay? So now the rich are like, oh, this is a crime, it's an outrage, right? I'm making $385,000 and my wife is making, $413,000, and now we thought we were all gonna be exempt, but we're not. I didn't do the math on that. Okay, but anyway.
And it turns out,
so it turns out our taxes are gonna get raised if we're a couple making $509,000. Look, that's a lot of money. You're gonna be okay, and all of your taxes aren't increased. It's every dollar above $509,000 that gets the new tax rate, which is like 2.5% higher. For every extra dollar above $509,000, you'll be all right. But when I see these NFT stories, I think, oh no, tax them more. Tax them more. Because why is there a market to pay $500,000 for a meme that you can see online, right? Because they don't know what to do with their money.
And so they
just don't know what to do. They have so much with it. And the capital gains, there was another story today about the capital gains tax. People are like, oh, should I sell all my assets? Because now they might increase the capital gains tax. So when you sell assets like a building or something you have in the stock market, et cetera, right? Then the taxes on it might go up. And in the story they said, oh, a lot of these folks have kept these assets for decades because they didn't want to pay the taxes on it. You pay the taxes when you sell it, right? You know what that tells me? They never had to use that money for decades because they have all the other money that they have.
Yep.
This is all just money on top of the other money. And so since they don't know what to do with it, they're like, I don't know, I'll buy the LeBron dunk, I'll buy the disaster girl thing. And because, again, it's too, so tax the rich, keep the NFTs. That's my compromise.
Because it makes them look cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes them look cool. And actually, the funny part about this was, I don't know if it's funny, but Zoë, what's her last name? Zoë Roth. Also, she consults with other famous memers that have become memes, like the what do they call him? The Bad Luck Brian guy, the guy with the plaid sweater on, that's looking sideways with the braces, and they put anything they want over his face.
Yeah.
The Oh My God girl with the pigtails, and she's like looking like this. And Success Kid, the little baby that's fist pumping on the beach. with the sand in his hand.
Oh, I know that.
So his mom has to be over that. So she specifically had consulted with Bad Luck Brian, which is the guy with the plaid sweater on, and his real name is something else, Kyle Craven. And he's like, listen, you got to protect your image. So he was like her Yoda. That was fascinating to me.
Hate not, get paid a lot. All right, so I found out LeBron's NFT, and apparently maybe it was a dunk. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You can see it on YouTube either way. Is $387,000. Okay, and then apparently there was an artwork by Beeple. It was called Every Day's the First 5,000 Days. It's sold for. Oh, there it is. Wow. Oh, there it is. No, that's sold for $69 million.
Oh my God. Well, why again?
Who cares?
I mean, this one.
Who cares?
This one I don't know about. Is this something I missed in the meme game?
Look,
this in the artist game.
Yeah. And people look. You're an artist, and that's a whole nother world. And I have some degree of respect for that world. And I don't know it, and I'm not in it, so I don't want to hate on it. On the other hand, an NFT of that rando picture, $69 million. God bless, God bless. Just tax the rich. I'm begging you, tax the rich. Okay. This one, geez, sold for $7.5 million.
Oh my God.
Come on, what the hell is that? No, forget. I withdraw anything I said about art. What? That's $7.5 million? That's another one for another $7.5 million. No, people are crazy, man. Totally, utterly crazy.
That one looked interesting. That one we faded from.
No, the producers put me over the top. They're trying to get me in trouble with the artists, okay? But that crypto punk for $7.5 million, oh, come on, man.
It was a Nintendo block game, the stuff that we used to be frustrated by, and now we're selling retro things in an image for $7.5 million.
Dude, I got an old Nintendo where I got Tecmo Bowl on it and Dr. Mario, okay? I'll do an NFT on it. What do you need?
Just make sure you blow into the cartridge before you put it in.
No, I'm not even playing. I'm not playing. Look, if you can't beat them, join them. We'll do NFTs. You think we won't do NFTs? And it'll be special video. It'll be a video of this video.
There's a couple of GIFs.
That's so meta. That's got to go for a couple $1 million. That's meta, man.
There's a couple of TYT GIFs of us at the desk. Various. There's been where's the one where John was messing with you? Oh, no, that was just a video we had. But there's definitely some memes and GIFs that have been made from a lot of the editors here. Whenever Anna does something or you do something, and we got to pick it up. We need some money.
Yeah, a meme of me online? Well, I would never. Is there one? Of course! Get me an NFT, man. Get me an NFT right now.
We can NFT your John drawing.
Somebody call the meme Yoda. Give us some advice.
Oh, that's a good idea by Brett. Brett just told us we can do an NFT of my drawing of John. Okay, you remember that absurd drawing I did now for Twitch audience?
No.
Okay, where his
this is gonna be awesome. I can find it.
Looks like something it shouldn't look like. I am the world's worst drawer. That is a piece of art, man. That is valuable, okay?
A piece of art.
So I'm not saying the opening bid's $1.5 million. I'm just saying. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, Jayar. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.